Hey everybody, John Foss, and I am talking with Harry CONNICK Jr. about Playground Sessions. Tell us all about this awesome piano app.
Playground Sessions is a really cool way to learn how to play the piano. It's something I kind of wish I had when I was a kid. It's an interactive, fun way to learn the very, very basics of playing the piano, all the way through very advanced ways of playing piano. There's a lot of teachers who give you personalized lessons. There is an interactive sheet music part of the device, a part of the app that allows you to play and get green notes when it's right and red notes when it's wrong, and get a score afterwards. So there's gamification involved, which makes it very cool. You can also compete with, friends or family. And the bottom line is, I think music is such a great thing. It's such an important thing for people to understand and appreciate. And Playground Sessions makes it very easy for people who would like to learn how to play the piano to learn how to play, even if they know nothing about the piano. One of the lessons that I give on Playground Sessions starts with, this is a piano, these are the keys, and it goes on from there. So people who have no idea or think that they don't have any potential to learn how to play might be really surprised if they go to playgroundsessions.com.
How did you learn to play piano, and how is this opportunity different for people now?
Well, it's kind of like, anything that happened back when I was a kid growing up in the 70s. It's much different now because you have more access to information. Things can be, it's basically more access to the information. I mean, I went to a teacher, and learned how to play. I didn't have a cell phone that I could, download Playground Sessions on and learn from teachers like that. So it would have been a great tool for me if I had it. And now it's available. And even my manager, who was in the room when I was giving some of these lessons, who isn't particularly musically inclined, said, I think I might be able to play some piano. And that's the whole point, is to teach people how to play and let them have a good time with it.
Playing the piano has been huge in your career and getting you to where you are now. What was it about the piano? Was there a person in your life that got you interested in it, or did you just see the piano and think, I want to play that? Tell us about that.
Well, I was lucky because, two reasons. One, we had a piano in the house, and I had a family who loved music, but also I grew up in a city where the music was very accessible. And that's, again, why Playground Sessions is really cool. You don't have to have a piano. You can have a keyboard. You can even go to playgroundsessions.com and see that there's a keyboard that you can get that's bundled with the software. But also, I could go down 10 minutes away from my house and hear some of the greatest piano players in the world. Playground Sessions eliminates that. For me, it was about being fascinated with the piano, being able to play a note or a key here and there and hear different sounds and different tones and combining them. And that was just always something that interested me. So I'm just glad that, now we can bring it to everybody's phone or tablet or computer. It's a very cool way to learn.
Was piano the first instrument that you learned to play, and how many instruments do you play now?
Piano is my main instrument. I like messing around on other things, like drums or the bass or brass instruments and things like that. But piano is really the main thing. But the cool thing about piano is that if you know something about piano, you automatically know things about all the other instruments. It's not quite the same on other instruments, but piano sort of allows you an introduction to not only other instruments, but music in general. It's amazing how if you learn something about the piano and learn how to play, you start listening to music differently. It's just an exciting thing, which is why I'm so happy to be a part of it.
What would you say took you from the guy that played piano that nobody knew to the big star? What was your big break?
Well, I guess it depends on who you ask. I was making records in New Orleans when I was 9 years old, and I've done it for a long time. So there were things on the local level that I did that sort of brought me up to a certain level of awareness with the general public. And then things like When Harry Met Sally and playing piano on Cheers, and then, even recently doing American Idol or, recordings, touring. So it's just different things. People sort of became familiar with me in different ways, which is exciting because you never really know how you're going to reach people. So there may be some 3 or 4 year old out there whose parents decide to subscribe to Playground Sessions, who learns about me through Playground Sessions, and that's a terrific thing.
You mentioned American Idol. You've hosted the Today Show. You had your own show that you hosted. You have a great acting career, and of course the piano. What else is there in your career? Do you have a career bucket list? Is there something next that you want to do?
Well, I have a lot of things coming up in 2019, different TV projects and some film projects, Broadway stuff, music stuff. So it's not that I have a bucket list. I'm just compelled to try to create art, whether that's via the piano or singing or performing. I just love the opportunity to perform. So I'm excited that this year is going to bring some really cool things.
Okay, and you mentioned being from New Orleans. Congrats to you and the Saints. Minnesota obviously not so lucky this year, but what did you think of the Minneapolis Miracle last year?
I had a feeling you were going to remind me of that. And listen, when Stephon Diggs caught that pass, I thought I had gone into another dimension or something. But you guys have a great team. You were great last year. You're great this year. So listen, football's tough. We all know that. We got a bad break last year, and this year, we did okay. So hopefully we'll beat the Rams and go on to the Super Bowl if we can.
What's the vibe down there right now? Is it pretty crazy?
It's insane. It's insane. I mean, it happens to be Drew Brees' birthday today, and the city is just electric. So, it's a good time to be from New Orleans. Well, it's always a good time to be from New Orleans, but especially right now.
I was actually at the Super Bowl a few years ago when you guys won it all, and I can attest the fans get a little crazy.
Oh, they're nuts. Yeah, it's fun.
All right, well, Harry, thanks for being with us. And Twin Cities, make sure you check out Playground Sessions.
Thanks, John.
Thanks.